Alright, thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast brought to you by Fifth Dimension. Just making sure this is working. I have no idea. Oh, good. Looks like it's working. Alright, so what's going on? My streaming system. I don't know if this is working on YouTube or not. It looks like it is so far from what I'm gathering, but whatever issues they had. Yeah, it's funny. You know, Facebook, and you have Twitter or Periscope. Instantly grabs on. YouTube, forget it. They make no sense, but Twitch is easy, everybody's easy. YouTube's the only one that makes life difficult for everybody. In many ways. Very strange. I don't know why they do that, but ancient technology. Even their new system is not very good, so... Oh, it's the coolest company, I guess. Alright, thank you for joining us. So, hopefully this is on YouTube, working out. I guess I'll find out through, what's going on is I've been trying to do this about the felines and the Carians. It's like my 4th try. And of course now YouTube is saying there might be some kind of issue, so we'll just hope for the best. And let's see. Oh yeah, shadow work. I'll do our best on that. I had a request on that, and we are shifting. So we are always shifting, but I think we're shifting more to alien energies. How is that? Basically today, I mean, spirit world. I feel like the spirit world is going through a cleansing. You know, kicking out all the other garbage. That's most of the spirit world. Our spirit world, from what I pick up on, of course, everyone connects to things differently. Our spirit world is kind of like, how do I say this nicely? It's not very good. It's like, if this world's out of control, the spirit world's out of control. And that's kind of the idea. And as people wonder, oh, how can this happen? God's here, yada, yada, yada. Well, you know, if your spirit world's all screwed up, which ours is, that's kind of the point. And that's why we learn so much in one lifetime. It's not just because this place is a pain in the ass, but our spirit world's a pain in the ass too. Yeah, we have a bunch of stick in the muds, basically. So what I connected to today, I don't know how to word it, is connecting more to the grid of who is here. I connected to it very slightly. Over time, I'll get stronger. Grid, as for alien energies, whatever it might be, it's going to get thinning out over time. Right now, obviously, they're beating the crap out of us because we're going into this new age. Are you sure you're going to be ready for it? Let's bring it on. So obviously, the rest of society is not ready, and we're still figuring it out. A lot of us want to happen now. You know, alien energies show up. Aliens are appearing here and there instead of just the drunk ones. And for more of this physical connection to increase. So we are going into that direction slowly. Let me check something. Make sure we're all good. So far, so good. So if YouTube, if this YouTube thing's all messed up, I'll just get it from Facebook and upload it. I think it's gonna be okay. I think I've had enough time to fix it. Let me check some stuff real quick. Yep, so far so good, I guess. So, yeah, it's very distracting, but let's know. Alright, I'm going to go into the Carians and Felines the best I can. Obviously, there's always going to be a million different ways of looking at everything, so we'll just do the best we can. You know, seeing how this has been hard to get this out, I'm not, just take what you can get. That's all I can say. There's always going to be blockages. This is the way it is. Just, they don't want stuff out there because everybody's a 5-year-old. And that's the aliens I'm talking about. We have, that's great. I've been told.com. We have private sessions throughout the week. Yeah. Reach out and check out someone. Thank you. We're on a channel. I have Google Hangout, Zoom channel on my phone. I have a shop here. I think I'm at 8-9 days right now. And long story. Same situation here. Other channels, the heroes I do recommend. Have a social network. And awesomeness of the rabbit So, what's going on? So yeah, I feel like an alien spiritual grid. It came and went. It wasn't around very long. Okay, now we just real quick about the Felines and Carians. Oh yeah, there was something about Germany. Yeah, look up Germany or Berlin. There's a bit while we're here. Seeing how we're on the subject matter, I think there's one other place. Of course, I cannot remember exactly where it was, but of course, I forget what I'm doing here. Okay. All right, Berlin. Eagle statues. Just thought that was kind of interesting. Wonder who's in Berlin. Just a thought. Because it's their airport. Are we trying to make this obvious? Of course, that was where you have your SS. But, damn. It's like, by the way, guess who's here? Because I did felines. I didn't find much on the felines, but I found these guys. There was another area. It wasn't Venice. I don't know. Switzerland? I don't know if I did it. Eagle statues. I can't quite remember now. That's interesting. Kind of gives you a hint. I think that's in Switzerland. I'm not quite sure. A lot of the watermarks they put in there. It's not very clear if all these are in Switzerland or not. Boy, is that obvious. Zurich. Figures. Well, that's neat. That's, yeah, Switzerland. Those are, yep. Jeez. So they got a little bit of everybody. You have like a gargoyle cat. I think I just saw that. So it gives you kind of a presence. Jeez. Yep, so you have a little bit of bird, you got a little bit of feline there. And why would you build a statue of a freaking lion look out into the ocean? Just for the hell of it? Just because you just think it looks neat? It's looking out. There's a dog taking a piss. That's in Brussels. Jeez. And I forget where this is at. That's Malaysia. I think I showed that before, but maybe not. So. Okay, enough of that. There was one other place, but I can't think of what it was. But yeah. Can't imagine this stream's going to last too much longer. So, there's different ways of looking at this. I'm not going to have a full package of feline, and you can say the felines are put together by various different species. Some was Carian over time, so the Carians felt like they had a control over the felines for various reasons, like we found you, we upgraded you. You can say brought them to human form, you can say technically. When the human was being developed, that kind of caused a lot of the divide among many species. At least the human that we are residing in, you know, the version of human that we are in, which I believe came from a lot of Archon elements. Well, I see the Archons and humanity being put together. It's like, here's a foot, here's a leg, here's a face. We found this all through different universes. We put this all together and to make something out of it. So it's like a gradual process of different variations of human. Took, you know, a very long time to develop to what we are today. And all of our glory. So, yeah, it feels like the felines could never, from what I can feel, never could be able to defeat the Carians. some got tigers got a bit closer to it. Like the feline, the lion can never defeat him. I think the tigers got further with it, but they had to be advanced more. So the Carians, from what I feel, oh yeah, they found the felines. Of course, there's different versions of this. Always found the felines kind of weak in some ways, and wanted to enhance them and use them for their battles, and saw their knowledge and wanted to use, I don't not necessarily enslave them because they were already kind of advanced already to a certain degree. It just the Carians added their little, added their assistance to their development, and so this is why you have. Of course, you don't see it here, but this is why the felines work under the Carians, is because they can't, they work together. Let's put it that way. I imagine there are many slave feline worlds out there that are under Carian control because they're trying to get, it's like you have a certain amount of felines that are assisting the Carians. They're like upper class, but the Carians have other feline worlds they have enslaved. It's like, look, your brother and sister are over there. It's like, you gotta keep doing what we say, or we'll let your people out. Something like that. You say did the same thing with the reptilians, but the other thing with reptilians, they just beat the crap out of all of them. It's like, we're not going to give you a good life, we're just going to beat the crap out of all of you. Even the felines feel like they can, they're very good, they're very comfortable beings. They find a bed, they find this and that, they like to live in comfort. So they kind of the Carians use that for their advantage to, manipulate the felines. Obviously, it's a version of it. It's not the whole story of it, but it's basically they kind of, from what I feel, they kind of found each other. You can say the Carians discovered their feline worlds on other universes that were pretty primitive, and they sort of, after they're done beating the crap out of each other, they slowly became joint alliances, as some of them did. The tiger beings, I don't think, want anything to do with it. The more the lion beings want to do it, because they want to keep their pride, keep their, they like the power, and the tiger beings, even the panthers, like, I don't think so. So that's why you have all these different variations, and that's why there's a major divide among many of the feline energies. Even while you have the white tiger, it's more connected to Sirius and the Lyrans. Now, not all the Lyrans are sellouts, but quite a few of them are. Not all of them, but a good amount of them are. From my experience, not all of them. I just want to make that clear. It's like when the lioness or the lion, it's like, when they make their decisions, the others kind of have to follow, even if they don't want to. So it's just it's a pain in the ass, as usual. What isn't? And you look at nature videos. I guess I can find one real quick, but I think I was looking at one that looked pretty accurate. The bald eagles. They show like how the bald eagle hunts for food. And I think there was another one. I'll see if I can find it, if I remember. They even have like large lizards running around. It kind of gives you an idea of how, like, the eagle, I did not realize they can actually go after foxes and they go after lambs and stuff. I don't know if they can lift a lamb, but man, those eagles are freaking vicious. So yeah, you don't mess with those guys. Jeez. I mean, if you look at like a nature video of a bald eagle hunting, it gives you an idea how the aliens operate. They can really kick some ass. So that's pretty good. The depiction of what they are. Obviously, they're at a higher dimension, a lot more vicious if they have to be, but it kind of gives you an idea of it. And the lizard guys are just minding their own business. I mean, they're looking for food, but usually they're just minding their own business. They got this big rap on them. But a lot of them, I mean, they're not diving down attacking people. I mean, they're sitting in a pond and, getting food, but it's not like the freaking lizard just tearing everybody to shreds. I mean, not like the Carian, but either way, obviously they all do that to a certain extent, but the eagle is one of the strongest beings out there. The Carian is one of the strongest. The felines can't win because They don't have flight, and even when they add wings, it still does not go. It's still not the same as, bird beings. They're just more powerful in a lot of ways. They've just been around a lot longer too. That has a lot to do with it. But there is still a fight between the felines and the Carians going on still. Yep. So as for us, of our connection, our breakthrough, we're not going to see anything like that anytime soon. It'd be nice. I tell you, we're going into more of an alien age. Next, 3 to 5 years, even 2000. This year is going to be anything can go. We're going into transition that's going to take us into a new course. Now, all the kids out there that are connected to the mainstream media are going to hold on to. It's like a baby bit. It's like a baby bottle. I hate to tell you, it's like the mainstream media is like a baby bottle, and people are just sucking it dry, right? Well, that's going to end eventually. We're just going to get little by little alien visitations here and there in the physical, on media, social media, where it's going to start increasing probably. Like I already said, I'm just going to keep saying it's going to start, increasing. I'm glad about freaking time. Jeez. I don't think any ships are going to appear in the sky anytime soon. That'll scare the hell out of people. But if you have like little visitations here and there, physical beings just randomly doing something stupid, that kind of gives an idea. It's going to start. We're getting into that phase of acceptance of it. So people are going to say it's not real, but it's going to start increasing. I'm not sure about Bigfoot anytime soon. Probably not. Sasquatch is going to keep, because so many people want to hunt them down. They're not in any mood to show up anytime soon. Some might, but they'll be in areas where they won't get shot. So there's a possibility that they feel like to do so, but so the grays are going to start appearing here. I believe the grays mostly, because we're more connected to them than anybody else. I think so. It all depends. They're part of our. That's the best kind of alien to show is an alien like that. But if it was a Palladian appearing, people think it would be, if it appears and disappears or gets on a ship, people aren't going to believe that. But you never know. You never know. There might be some of that here and there of alien footage. Let's see, for shadow work, it's funny. I was looking at some of the people talking about shadow work. It's like you need to find your darkness. I don't think some of them, even explaining it, found their darkness, even when they're trying to explain it. It's like I forget Infinite Waters. Having him talk about shadow work, it's like Frosty Snowman talking about how it's nice getting, swimming. It's like, good luck. So, yeah, finding one's darkness is, see, the idea for at least my version of it, because I didn't really connect to shadow work. Obviously, I've been talking about shadow stuff because of my, taking over planets and stuff like that. That's shadow work. So it's all in when you're ready to see what you have, what's within, what's not friendly. It's not you being negative. It is you come in peace to your own who you are. Everybody has a positive and negative. It's just the way it is. But it's like the more you know about your negativity, the more you get it out. The sooner you get it out, the more easier you can manage it. So if you like always holding in your darkness, this is where serial killers come from. This is why people that injure their kids, through various reasons, whatever it might be, on and on and on. You go road rage, going to kick somebody's ass. The more you hold your darkness in, obviously it's not easy to pull it out. But the more you face your darkness, whatever it might be a reptilian incarnation, you might have been a serial killer in a past life, whatever the hell it was. The more you pull it out, it's like what do you feel is within you, and you're want to face it. Of course, I can always do a question thing on the shop. It's like, what is my assist with shadow work or something like that. I can think about something like that. It's like, what kind of darkness do I need to pull out of myself? There's nothing wrong with that. It's like the more you want to face it, the better, because then you can manage it and Yeah, it's might be creepy at first, but once you get used to it, it's no big deal, and you can bring more balance into yourself. And it's like better before you like, because a lot of positive people, as I've said in the past, can be dark as shit. It's like they can say they're positive all they want, and they force people to be positive, force it positive. You're gonna be positive. You're gonna be positive, only positive. And it's like, you know how much darkness hides behind darkness? Positive. How much darkness hides behind positive? Oh, a lot of them do. So it's just a soul growth that many aren't willing to connect with. It's like, oh, I'm always positive, and it ends up being like a parasite saying that. So, yeah, shadow work is just basically, what the hell were you wearing in previous incarnations? Who are you now? What darkness that you get? What is it like? What darkness within yourself right now that you find, like horror movies or whatever it might be, and what is it that you feel that you have a connection to? It's creepy as hell. The more you face it, there's a lot of people that won't face it. They call me crazy. People call me crazy of my lifetimes. It's like, at least I can face myself. Many of you can't do that. So, I'm always good. I'm just going to be a serial killer in my next life, that's all. I'll get it out in that lifetime, or whatever the hell it is. Like, the more you embrace it, it's all on how you use it, too. You don't want to use it to attack people. It's up to you, but you don't have to do that. Some feel like they have to use it to attack others. That's why you attack negativity towards others. Some feel like it's the only way they know how to pull it out of themselves. This world is excellent for pulling darkness out of yourself, that's for sure. But it's all on how you do it. It's not easy. It's like, do you really want to know about what's skeletons in yourself? Well, you might feel a lot better by seeing it. I mean, it might be painful, but that pain won't last forever. It might last for a while. Like if you're a mother and you're just really, really angry against your kids, just beat the crap out of them, or a father doing the same thing, or whatever it might be, or violence towards others, because you want to control others, or you're just very, human trafficking, stuff like that. You're involved with it, or you even went through it, and so you have a lot against human traffickers. You want to go kill them and stuff like that. It's like all that stuff to release that is hell on earth, but it is worth it in the long run. Like that lifetime of me taking over universes or worlds and stuff like that. That was not an easy one to. Once it started being coming out, it's like I want to get that out of my system. I don't want to face that anymore. And it does. It's like the more you face it, the more you understand it. Like I was seeing like kids being abducted and stuff like that. It's like, that was on other planets, and it's it's creepy. And so that's why I see like people doing it here on this world. I've done it in other worlds. So that's why they're so good at it, because you have to be a prey, because that's for you to either move up the levels or whatever it might be, so you can stop living on the floor and now you can have a bed instead when you're in prison. Stuff like, even if you didn't do anything wrong, you're still in like a jail slave environment. So slave worlds are, like prison worlds, are very common in the universe. And this is technically a slave planet. It's just we're not all living in cages. We are, but it's nicer cages. But it can be far worse, like a reptilian world where you just live on the ground, but it's all covered in water. You just live in the mud, and you just make the best of it. And you've seen that stuff in Vietnam, and you've seen places like that across the planet. So Africa, stuff like everywhere pretty much. So that's what, we don't have that worldwide, but we have in the past technically. It depends on how you look at the history. Yeah, this is technically a prison planet. But we're here to unslave ourselves and to not follow those footsteps ever again. It's like we gotta keep learning the lessons, so we learn them, so we don't have to do any of this ever again. A world like this will not be created again. Well, that's the idea. I can see many here trying to recreate a planet like this just so they can watch Netflix or whatever the hell they're doing. Fuck, I can see that, just so they can eat at McDonald's. It's funny. Why was this world created? I don't know. It's like a cancer of the universe. It has its positives, but sometimes you wonder. So, I got nothing against McDonald's. It'd just be nice if it was healthier. Everything was healthier. The world was healthier. I don't know, asking too much, right? It's another thing about black projects and all this of underground bases, Dulce, and all that. Another thing is private prisons. Look at a private prison. If you look up on Google private prisons, privately owned prisons, I guarantee you a lot of whistleblowers never saw the light of day. They went against whatever system's going on, find themselves in jail in a secret court hearing, and thrown in jail for whatever might be. This is why we don't hear about stuff. I believe it's a big reason why, and we probably never will. You never know, but they're pretty. You wonder why there's not more whistleblowers about what's really going on, because they have all eyes on to those that want to bring this stuff out. I guarantee you, of course, there's no way to prove it, but there's a lot of private prisons around the world right now. And how many people really know about that? Not many. So it's just another layer of secrecy that we're here to heal. And I guarantee you, I just keep saying that, I'm sorry, but yeah, those underground bases, people are going against that. It's like, okay, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to tell people what's going on. Look like a crazy person. Next thing you know, they're in jail. Maybe not get a hearing. Then maybe not go to a court and just get thrown in jail. Who knows? Or get shot, whatever comes first. So I think that's a big part of it. So it feels like they got it more organized to keep that stuff out of the public. From what I can feel. That's why you have remote viewers. That's why you have psychics watching all this stuff. They probably do reviews of people, psychological reviews to make sure they're not going to go against them. If they see anything funny, they watch them, and they're just watching them people more closely, from what I'm gathering. Now you have whistleblowers here and there, but it's not hardcore. I mean, you have stuff in the past here and there, but I imagine some they let go. But for they tell you where to go, what to do, go to this place, you find a base or whatever it is. I imagine a lot of those guys are. If it's astral stuff and stuff, I don't think they really care. You can talk about the fourth dimension all you want, go right ahead. Secret space program, that doesn't really matter to them. I imagine they're allowing a lot of that, but here and there. But the real hardcore stuff that's going on feels like they got a good. Now that doesn't mean it's 100%, but even like Snowden, that was kind of orchestrated to a certain degree. Like they wanted that light to be brought out, even if people didn't pay attention. Once again, so you never know. You never know. We might go into the time of more whistleblowers starting to really talk about underground bases more in depth, and imagine they're here and there, but who knows? It's hard to say what's going on. They're not really saying anything, but the alien agenda is definitely we are on it, and it's going to become more and more translucent, more part of our society. So we gotta get used to the psychology of it, to get used to it. People won't go crazy, because it's going to be 1 to 2 years for really it's going to start to take off. It's going to be a little by little. Next year is still an important year, definitely. This year is an important. I can say every year is an important year, even if it's dull as hell. But or even if in California, watch everything get burned down. But it sucks. But yeah, we're in a time of basically. Yeah, this year, not really giving me full details. I think the hurricanes are going to be kind of downgraded this year, from what I'm feeling. I can't be 100% on that. Yeah, I mean, they're going to be hurricanes, but not as strong as they used to be. Of course, you never know. They might be, I don't know. It just feels like they're not going to be as strong. Who knows? I guess we'll find out. What I'm getting right now, it's not going to be as strong. Now, like the tornadoes is another story. California seems like it's off limits for the moment. Now, I was going to have situations, but not like the fire had last year. So they're not giving me full details of what. Tornadoes are not being very clear either, but imagine the winter is going to be harder than it was last year. Well, it's going to be weird though. It's going to get more and more bizarre. Like it'll be cold longer. It's supposed to be colder in areas it never is cold in. And snow in Florida is very possible. It's like it's going to get that bizarre over time. We're not ready for it fully yet, but it'll happen in the future definitely. It might start becoming snowy in Florida becomes a norm, and other areas will be fine. Like New York, you never know. So we're basically going to, an alien or a more spiritual phase. You can see even with the angels, alien energies, it's just basically the grid of connecting more to higher dimensional beings. We're letting out our old selves. It's you're graduating from the old self. And in the spirit world, from what I feel, because I'm kicking their ass recently, some of them, not all of them, but some of them are just freaking lazy as hell. Yeah, they're doing, you go around, it's like they're on couches sleeping, they're not doing anything. People wonder why things are so stagnant. Is because your guides are asleep at the wheel. At least most of society. Those that don't recognize their guides, those guides are on the couch smoking weed or whatever the hell they're doing. They're just doing nothing. They're just watching, alien TV or something. I'm being serious. It's like, they really suck. So, feels like I'm going drill sergeant over there, in certain areas. I might be going thermonuclear over there. It needs it. It does. It's just like the assholes of the universe is connected to our planet. The spirit world has to change for us to change. So it's going to become more organized and less bullshit as it is right now. It is so screwed up right now because anything goes. It's the Wild West. And we're here to have it more organized where it's fair to everybody instead of just take whatever, hope for the best. Oh, you want to go to do you want to, when you die, where are you going to go? Oh, we'll just send them somewhere. Who cares? It's like, that was the other thing. Oh, that's right. That was what my main thing was this is going to be about. I forgot. I had this thought this morning. I'm going to bring it up. Now it's the end, but we're not ending just yet. Completely forgot. I don't know if it's the best for last or anything, but we're about to find out. Let's see. Sylvia Brown. Now, I connected to Sylvia Brown recently, and she is, more of like now, younger, I think I talked about this. Younger Sylvia had a soul. Older Sylvia, that went away. It's like a whole nother person came in. She almost looks demonic. I hate to say it, looks demonic, unfortunately. It's kind of an indication of it. So she basically, I think I talked about this, around this time, she kind of lost herself. And what it was about power. It was about spirit, it was mostly about power. It was just, I can write 1,000 books in a year. She wrote a lot of books that don't mean anything. And that was kind of the point. It was like, I'm going to be a spiritual whore and do everything wrong. I think in the early stages, though, now here's where she pretty much lost it. That's where she went to the dark side, basically. But in the early times, it was not like that. Yeah, here, pretty legit. There, no more. She like the amazing Randy. Let's see, amazing Randy. They did a, the Sylvia Brown thing. Like, she was going to do this, test. I kept calling her, it's the $1 million challenge. Basically, so you do, a certain amount of readings for people, and then he follows that person to see if it ever happened. And if she got everything 100% accurate, she gets $1 million. She can give it to charity or something. And then she'd pull it out of it. But the reason she said okay with it, because this is the interview where she said it was alright. I remember even seeing this on TV, which is kind of funny. This was right before 9/11. Um, she just wanted fame. It all comes down to fame in the long run. It used to be a thing on his website about Sylvia Brown and how much of a scumbag she was. So it's, yeah, negative spirit guides, unfortunately. It wasn't all bad, but mostly bad. It was just a power trip. I don't think even she was fully aware of it, but, it's just, you overextend yourself, and she did it all the time. So she really, yeah, that's great. Yeah, she screwed herself over big time, and it's unfortunate. Was she doing that to sabotage the spirit world, the spiritual community? In some ways, yes. I don't think she was aware of it, though. Yeah, she's like a thorn. It's like everything not to do. I mean, a lot of people like her, but she's still like everything not to do. I mean, she has some positives, of course, but there's some dark shit there. There is some major dark shit with her. Obviously, her son's not going to say anything, but she does not. She doesn't look. Yeah, I can't look at. Yeah, you can say she was like more demonic over time. In her early. Yeah, see, this is like kind of goofy books. I've read her books, and they're not that great. Yeah, mystical. It's just weird. She's just a bizarre, creepy person, unfortunately. So it's unfortunate, but that's the direction she chose. She puts on. This is one of her first books. This is what I heard about when she was first starting, and I believe that was very innocent at that time. But then it all went to hell. So give you kind of a glimpse of this world, and she basically corrupted it. So I must have been talking to her in Astro recently, talking about how corrupt she is. So anyway, I wanted to share a little bit more insight into that. I'm not sure if it's much. Those that have connected with her can see her darkness. A lot of people don't know where she is, but others have been around for a while, especially interacting with her, see it's something not right there. So, alright, enough. Alright, much love everyone. Thank you for your support. More insanity